While most people think of Oshkosh for the air show, there truly is many vendor and career opportunities to expose yourself to during the event. Today, we're going to be highlighting all those and really diving into all these vendor and career opportunities that you can find. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to these career opportunities and vendors here at Oshkosh 2023. I hope all of you are excited for this, as today we really highlight a unique part of Oshkosh that I don't think gets enough recognition for what it is, because it is really cool, and I'm really excited to talk about all this. So, two drastically different fields. We'll first and foremost start with the vendors, what they sell, and the items and all the various memorabilia you can get during Oshkosh, but then we'll really dive into those aviation career opportunities as well. As I continue to move forward in my career in aviation, I do think it's important to expose many of you to what aviation's all about as a career, as I know many of you are inspired to find somewhere in the aviation field to land, and this is a really good opportunity to talk about what Oshkosh provides in that department. That being said, let's just go ahead and get started here with the vendors. So as you're walking throughout there on the west side of the airport, you'll be able to find all sorts of really cool vendors. This shot's kind of cool as you're walking down one of the streets, taxiways, whatever you want to call them at this point here. And as you can see, we got an EAA merchandise tent, and we also have EAA, along with some other cool ones as well. So we'll jump into some of the tents and see what you can find. Hint, there is a concentration on models because we know the drill here, but come on, guys. I mean, we kind of have to. So first and foremost, here's another cool gravel street here, if you want to call it that, or just whatever you want to call it. Here, as you can tell, we got a bunch of really cool places to go to, like dog tags, and you also got some, I can't even see what's on the left there until we get the MTS Aviation models. We're going to find the model aircraft. And of course, we have to highlight this. Come on, guys. You know better now. So really cool to see all these. We got the runway 241s from Darren, and then we got Darren's normal plastic offerings along with the sky marks down there. It's really cool to see MTS Aviation models providing a wide array of different aircraft, whether they're die cast or not, to all the attendees of Oshkosh. And it's a really good opportunity for them, and it's a great opportunity for us to take advantage as well. So fortunately, I was able to get a couple models from here too, and we know how we feel about the models, and Oshkosh provides a really good opportunity to get some of those. So we'd love to see it here. We got some great military along with some great civilian offerings. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the diecast aircraft, though. As you can tell, we have some really cool ones right here. They really bring a wide array, whether they're rare or old or Aero Classics, GeminiJets, whatever the case is. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these. So starting on the right, you got quite a few Aero Classics, got some NGs along with some Geminis as well. As you can see throughout, we have some retro offerings along with some new offerings. You got United TWA L1011s, and then we got like the KLM 737, for example. Then we jump back into like the Hawaiian 717, and then plenty of military offerings, as you can see. And really cool to note that several of these military offerings, like the C-17 or KC-135 or C-130, were at Oshkosh. So it's a great opportunity to get some sentimental value along with getting whatever you really want. So it's pretty cool there. And the prices are fairly reasonable as well. Then, as you can see over there on the left, we got our civilian airliners like Medal of Honor that was there. So that was really cool. And the Airbus A321, and like the Lufthansa 77-9, Southwest California 1, among many others that are really cool. So all these are really great, and feeling really fortunate to get to see all these. And once again, fortunate enough to pick up a couple of these very unique ones as well. I'm not sure if they'll be in these pictures, but let's go ahead and pan over the shot a little bit so we can see some more newer Gemini jets like the Delta aircraft. We got 739 and 764, along with aircraft like the Southwest Canyon Blue Max 8. We got a Qantas 787 flaps down over there. So again, just a really cool wide array. There's even a Scoot 787 down there on the bottom as well. So I think this is a nice variety here that they're showing off, and it's definitely really sweet to see what all they're offering here. And this is just a really small sample. I just grabbed a couple screenshots since we're not focusing on MTS Aviation models here. I did make a video on their storefront, so definitely check that out. If you're interested, they have a bunch of cool aircraft, but this is a really cool assortment to take a look at. Here's what the whole booth looked like, and as you can tell, they have a really, really wide array of different manufacturers and scales. In the back there, you can see probably every 1 to 200 you could ever want, especially from In-Flight 200, of course. But then you have some other really cool brands like Post Stamp, along with Postage Stamp, I think is the correct name, along with one that you can see right there, Sky Pilot, which is a really cool brand that doesn't get much recognition. They have a bunch of really cool bigger scale plastic offerings, really great desk models, and others to just put wherever you want. So really cool to see that, along with a couple of really cool just little pieces, especially for some of the younger folks like the stunt planes. So I think they did a really good job bringing quite a variety of items here, and we all love models, but we love more than just models, and that includes some of the other vendors and what they're doing. So this kind of starts to hint into the career aspects, but as you can see here, we have a bunch of really cool items, including Insight with their various avionics there, and then you also have, let's see if I can pronounce this, Skogweiss, or it's like Edelweiss almost, but it's like Skogweiss. I'm not exactly sure how that's said, but anyway, You see what they're doing there with their hangars and their various operations. So there's so many various vendors to talk to. We could sit here for 6 hours and highlight every one. And I definitely recommend checking into these various vendors and what they do next time you're at Oshkosh. But you can definitely see here that there's a bunch to be recognized, which is super cool. Here's another really cool frame right here for Avo Engineering. They make a bunch of really innovative wing products, and another great highlight of Oshkosh, and I talk about this in other videos related as well, is the experimental planes that you can check out. And this is definitely an experiment to see what the leading edge light can do here. And you can see that wingtip right there on display, along with the other components of the aircraft that they're working with. So really cool to see what they're doing here. And you even got the really cool sunglasses there on the right. So every station's very unique. I recommend talking with these folks and just learning, and you never know what kind of connection you're going to make with these vendors. So very cool. I think it's quite fun, and there's several buildings. This is one of 4 major buildings that they have where you can find these vendors and talk to them and hang out. So once again, really cool to see, and definitely a huge highlight here. There's no doubt about it. You can also get some really cool freebies throughout these vendors, along with these career boosts as well. This was a really cool Aloha Air Boeing 737-200 skin tag that I got from Motor Art. They had a really cool free sign up, and you got either a huge discount or a free skin tag. This is one of those. So it's a piece of aviation history, literally. So feeling really fortunate to get this aircraft, and it looks really cool. So love the colors on it, and that's a really, really cool pickup. So once again, feeling very fortunate to have this aircraft in my possession now. It's quite cool. Getting into a little bit more of the career aspect, along with the universities that are all here. Here's a really great shot showing off many of the universities that bring their aircraft. Feeling very fortunate as an Oklahoma State student myself that our university brought ours, but there's a bunch of them, including St. Louis University, Delta State, getting into Purdue, Western Michigan, Ohio State. You name it, all the major aviation universities are here to talk about what they have to offer. And it's really cool. ERU even had their own booth right here on the left. So it really shows you what these universities do. And it's quite, it's really a whole heart moment to see all this exposure to all these different aviation programs. So it's really exciting, and definitely going to see more of that as we move forward. There was also some other really cool tenants as well, like Airbus, for example. Obviously really important to highlight their operation, and especially what they have meant to the United States. That's really cool. And then you got some others like MBAA, AOPAs down there as well. So it's cool to see them all staggered and lined up, and I recommend, just checking it out and seeing what you can find. It's really great. And again, you never know who you're going to meet and talk to. So it's quite fun. Here's a really cool EAA Career Center tent's probably the wrong word. Building, I think, is a little bit more appropriate. So as you can see, we have various exhibitors in this building. So we have Air Cargo Carriers, Air Wisconsin, Allegiant, Alpine Air, AmeriFlight, Aviation Search Groups LLC, Empire Air, Endeavor, Envoy, Epic Flight Academy, FlexJet, Flight Exclusive, Frontier, GoJet, Hawaiian, JS Firm, Piedmont, PSA, Rayvon, Alaska, Republic, SkyWest, and Sun Country. So it's really cool to see how many exhibitors, you can get in one building, and it's really cool. You get all this exposure for aviation. So let's go jump inside and look at a couple of them. Again, check out my Oshkosh video with the freebies that I got that really goes into great detail about what kind of pamphlets and brochures you can get to learn about these careers. But this shot's a really good overview here. You got PSA on the right, Sun Country in the back. And don't think that you have to be a pilot to talk to any of these folks. They're very happy to express other opportunities than just being a pilot. AMPs are needed, and they pay really well for those, so that's a big one, along with aircraft dispatchers. We also have network planners and every aviation management position we could name here, and I'll do that more in future videos. But anyway, all these folks are really happy to talk to you, and they'll definitely get you to somebody if they don't have adequate knowledge with regards to whatever you want to talk about. So present to them what you have to offer and see what happens is my best advice. And even if you just want to talk aviation, all of them are happy to do just that as well. Here's another cool outside shot. You got Liberty University right there, which is another really great aviation school. And you got other ones as well. UND obviously has a tent down there. And then you can see some other ones like Southwest down the line. American has their tent as well. So cool to see all this. And I definitely really like the trajectory of the exposure for aviation at events like this. So quite cool, especially in front of 700,000 people. Other cool notes includes fun interactive activities that these exhibitors have. This is a really cool one from one of the airlines. They had these thumbtacks where you could put them into where you're from, so that was really cool. You can see quite a nice representation, especially from the larger cities like Dallas and Houston, and especially anywhere around Oshkosh. But of course, you obviously have some others. Oklahoma with the really good representation there, and you even got a couple from some other states. So even got a couple from Wyoming, so that's really strong. So cool to see that, and all of the various folks that are able to come to these events. So it's really really sweet. Quite a few from the East Coast as expected as well. So very strong showing, even a couple from Alaska and Hawaii. So we absolutely love to see that, and a bunch going on there on that map. So excited to see more interactive, fun activities like this in the future. Griswold the Bear is just an icon. If he finds a way onto my camera roll, he will be featured on the channel. He's one of my favorites. So completely irrelevant to what we're doing here, but he had to be featured. So yes. And once again, really great opportunities with Air Wisconsin, for example. You got the pilot mentorship program, which is really cool. This is a great opportunity to get a full inside experience to what being a pilot is like. And it's really cool that they're offering opportunities like this along with, while you go through your training. So it's really sweet. And again, the learning about these opportunities is so important. I mean, you can do whatever you want with aviation degree, or you can attempt to, I should say, but if you don't talk to people and learn about all these opportunities that are out there, it's not going to matter very much. So that's why I recommend talking with these folks and learning. I wasn't, as of for my one of my examples, I didn't even I really wanted to learn about airline operations, and I was pretty discouraged, thinking with Airlines International coming up that there probably wouldn't be an opportunity for me to maybe have an internship for summer 25 if I were to apply. But after learning, of another student that was able to get an internship with the airline, he was able to get some time off, and inspired me to at least attempt to apply for some of these internships, see if I get accepted and if I can get the time off for obviously the show. So, you just got to look and learn and observe and really just give it your all with regards to all these opportunities, because you never know what's going to happen. So that's what I recommend, and I really feel like Oshkosh provides a great opportunity to learn about that. Once again, Neptune Aviation Services, another great example of a field you probably wouldn't think of, firefighting, right? So obviously these BA-146s and other aircraft they operate are very important, and they pay very well. So there's a bunch of positions that they're going to need, AMPs and all these other positions that we wouldn't think about. So it's really cool to see that they have this all on display here at a really great aviation gathering. And again, I can't recommend going through that career 10 enough and just talking it up. Even if you spend only 30 minutes in there, it's so valuable. But even if you can get in there for 2 hours or whatever it is, I know that sounds ridiculously long, but once you talk to one person for 10 minutes and do that 10 times, it goes really quick. So, but again, it's valuable, and you never know what you're going to learn, who you're going to meet, or what opportunity that will lead to. Once again, cool fact sheets like this. This is NetJets, and I mean, these numbers are unbelievable. Almost 10,000 employees working on over 100 million in annual crew member training. And then obviously you can see how their assets and what they got. I'm sorry, I've just kind of lost for words, considering that they have nearly 1,000 airplanes in their fleet and over 1,200 flights per day, and on over 200 or about 200 new aircraft coming as well. So just in 2023, they delivered over 100 new airplanes. So it definitely shows you these opportunities that are available and what's to come from every opportunity. And then a little bit more of a casual vibe, Delta State University, cool university in Mississippi that has a really cool Cirrus, so very impressive. And first time that I learned about them was actually here. So once again, you learn no matter what the case is. And then there's other opportunities as well. The Air Force tents back there. You're going to find an opportunity to talk to somebody that's in your field, I promise. So that's why Oshkosh is great for any aviation student or just person in general. And then there's AOPA once again, and their opportunities that they provide in their curriculum. So it's great to see it. They're all here on display, and just start talking. You never know what's going to happen. And then go take a break for 15 minutes. You don't have to talk the whole day like I do, but do whatever does it for you. But I do recommend these opportunities, as it definitely can go far. And a little bit more casual vibe, of course, we have these model airplanes like the Southwest Canyon Blue and Hart aircraft. So these are pretty cool to see right here. And they look quite nice in the Southwest tent, which was available to walk through, so that was really cool. Also got this beautiful Delta Airlines A350 here on display as well. And once again, really great to get to network with these folks and learn. So that's absolutely awesome. And here's a absolutely stunning view of the Delta items they had for sale, and really cool with all the various pieces to the puzzle here. This is quite sweet in my opinion. And then the American Airlines tech booth here wasn't quite, the American Airlines booth in general wasn't quite as big as Delta's, but of course they still have a pretty good showing here, and a very valuable one at that. So that was awesome as well. And then once again, just for good measure, here's a little bit more on the vending side. Here we have some really cool custom aircraft models that can be built. So definitely want to do this one day. I think it would be pretty cool despite the very high price tag, but again, very sentimental value, very important to establish. So definitely interested in that. And then again, once again, different ways to get involved. Flight simulator here for 787. This could inspire, anybody. I mean, you don't know what you're going to find in there. So it's super cool to learn about all these opportunities. And I think it's quite valuable and irreplaceable in many ways. And then just for fun here at the end, they are promoting houses at Oshkosh and other event, services like this, it's not as common, obviously, but I just thought it was interesting that you will find some one-offs in there as well, and it's definitely interesting to note. So I really hope all of you enjoyed this video, bringing awareness, obviously, to all the vendors and career opportunities at Oshkosh. I think they're really valuable, and I highly recommend in 2025 if you're able to go July 21st through 27th. I hope to as well. Just go network and see what you can find. You never know who you're going to run into. You never know what opportunity is going to lead, and you definitely never know what somebody's looking for, and it may lead to an opportunity of a lifetime. So definitely never hesitate to talk and see what happens. So with that being said, I really hope all of you enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.